The purpose of life is to live in unity with God and with the people around you, whether that's through your occupation, missions, family, or even just your community. I feel that it's one of the greatest things that God has given us is the ability to connect and to have relationships with each other, and it would do a great injustice to His creativity and to His plan for our lives if we didn't do that and if we didn't practice that part of who He created us to be.
I believe the purpose of life is to love and serve God. And in serving God, I believe that we're supposed to have relationships with people around us using the gifts and talents that He has given us.
I think that the purpose of life is to live out God's plan for you and to explore exactly what that is until you figure it out and just keep working hard to meet that goal. And I believe this because of the things I've read in the Bible and the things I've experienced in my own life.
Well, the purpose in life is to love Jesus and to know Him and to live for Him in a way that other people can see Him and know Him as well. And why I believe this is because I've experienced who Jesus is and it's changed my life.
The purpose of life is to have as much fun as you possibly can, as often as you possibly can, because at the end of it, you're just dead, and you better make sure you did everything you wanted to do as best as you wanted to do
it. To reach like your full potential as a human being by understanding that we have to like be there for each other. That's how I understand like being that, just because like we're all here. It's not, we all want to think it's all for one, but it's really one for all.
I think the purpose of life is just to live it up and do what you can and make the most of it. And I think that because life is so short and tomorrow's not guaranteed.
To spread love and to teach others about God and to educate yourself and to spread love. I think that's the best thing.
The purpose of life to me is just being happy, because that's at the end of the day, that's all we can really like hope for. And I believe that because where I'm from, like it's all family oriented and like just I do not know. Can I be real for real?
Yeah, definitely.
So to me, the purpose of life is to be happy, because I lost somebody to suicide. So like nothing can ever like get that low for me. So for me, therefore, it's like nothing can ever ruin me. So like I'm always positive, I'm always happy, because that's at the end of the day, it's all we can hope for, you know? That's why basically I just believe happiness is the goal.
I think the purpose of life is to have fun and be a good person, to care for others and to like learn and to grow. I think everyone is here for a reason. Not everyone has the same reason. Some people are just here to like make the world a better place. Other people are here like for self-happiness. But I think the purpose of life is to live life to the fullest and make everything you do meaningful.
My purpose of life is to, I like protecting people. So, me going to the military is, that's my purpose of helping people. That's how I know how to do it. So, I feel my purpose here, to just do my job while I'm here, and that's protecting people, and that's what I need to do. So, that's how I feel my purpose is.
Yeah.
To be happy and successful, then that's it.
Why do you believe that?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
The older I get, the more that I see. It's not so much about what I can gather in terms of materialism, or it's more in terms of what I can do and what I can offer up with the things that God has given me. So I think I was given a certain skill set, certain talents for a reason, and discovering how best to use those and how I can best serve other people. To me, that brings an enormous amount of joy and pleasure, and it makes me feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. While I may not be entirely sure exactly what that is.
Purpose of life is to be happy because everybody deserves to be happy. Being depressed is not fun. Negativity, we don't need it in the world. We need more positivity in the world. So I think that's the purpose of life.
The purpose of life is to work at minimum wage jobs just so that way you can afford that very expensive apartment.
Alright, and why do you believe that?
Why do I believe that? Because I don't even live in an apartment yet.
So, I believe the reason of life is to find your purpose. Find what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, what you're good at, what you can grow with. That's about it.
The purpose of life, in my opinion, is to leave the world a little better than when I started it, and to lead all people to Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
For me personally, I just think, God made this world and this earth for us to live in, and the purpose for us is to go through this life living the best we can in order to please Him and taking as many people as we can with us so that we're not, we have a purpose here to live for God daily and to please Him, because He gave us everything we have, so we need to be thankful for what He's given us.
And why do you believe that?
I'm a sign language major, so awesome.
I believe the purpose of life is serving my Creator and being His disciple, praising God, and that is my purpose. Love God first, love others, and love myself.
I believe that my purpose in life is to love and serve God and to love other people. That is what I'm on earth to do.
We've had a lot of fun with this project, and I think that's kind of the point. It allowed us to interact with people that we probably wouldn't have interacted with in a normal day. Yes, a lot of them worked at stores, and we would have had, menial conversations with them, but in such a short amount of time, we got to know such an intimate part about a person. And I personally was blown away with the openness that people shared. And I think that's a huge plus to this project, that, people want to share experiences. People want to share who they are and what they believe they're here for. And I thought it was just absolutely incredible to have the opportunity. Yeah.
I felt really blessed to have an opportunity to get out of my comfort zone and be put in a position where I'm vulnerable as well, because yes, the people that we were interviewing were vulnerable to this very personal question, but also putting myself in a place where, I'm looking for answers. We didn't really share much more than that we were Bethel College students. We didn't say that we were Christians. So when going into this project and into these interviews, we didn't share what our purpose, what we believe our purpose was. And I think that put us in a very vulnerable spot. And I really enjoyed doing that because it gave me a new perspective on the project. It gave me a new perspective on the people around me. And I really, really enjoyed doing that.
This project, not that it set us up for failure or success, but it put us in a very interesting position where we're trying to answer an impossible question. We're trying to answer something that is a theological question that people have had for years and years and years. And nothing in this essay is going to give anybody some great epiphany, but it is something, for me, that was interesting to sit down and really spend thought with. How or what I believe in so closely dictates what I do, who I become, where I go in life. And I think that for me was such a big thing to take away from this. And in general, I really hope that we, even if people gave us, you know, a top of the head answer, and it was just, you know, by the seat of their pants that they gave us that answer. But I really hope that we provoked thought, and we inspired people to think about this question. You know, when they walked away from work that day, I hope they talked about us. You know, I hope they talked about the question. Like, these two weird girls came in and asked us this strange question, and, you know, I couldn't think of an answer. So what is the answer? You know, and we set them on a path of discovery and of just a time of self-invention and figuring out what it truly means to believe in something and to have a purpose. So for me, I think that's my hope for this project, is that people walked away from it looking for something more.
Bouncing right off of what you just said, one woman that we interviewed that really kind of struck my interest a little bit more was we were in dry goods, and we asked why she believed that the purpose in life was to be happy and successful, because that was her answer. And she had no answer whatsoever. She started laughing and said, "I really have no idea." And to me, that answering that one question, that's a question that anyone can answer. That's not a very theological question. It's just a question. Yes, it's philosophical. But being put in a position where I am a follower of Christ, and I really do believe that our purpose in life is to love God and love people and to further His kingdom, I see that as a great opportunity to interject with Christ. And for me, that's one of the biggest things that I took away from this project.
I don't know.
I think we're good.
I'm sorry.